What's one thing about French history that you think every foreigner should know?
Okay, about French history, I would probably say that France is the country that invented lots of different stuff, such as a car or some sport, like not the football, but the FIFA, for example, came from France. The Eiffel Tower, the guy who constructed the Eiffel Tower is the same guy that gave the Statue of Liberty to the United States. So about history, I would say, yeah, we have many inventors, and France is one of the most influential countries in the world, probably.
Yeah. Okay. Also, next question. In Indonesia, we fought colonization for hundreds of years. How do French people see their own colonial past today?
That's funny because I'm teaching in the university and I talked about that this week. So most of the people, if you ask them, are they proud to be French? They will answer no, and I think part of the answer is because of the past and the colonization. But nowadays we have a lot of immigrants that came from ex-colonized countries. So how do we see this? Very bad. But and French people are not proud of it. But because now the population is changing, people from all around the world coming to France start to be forgiven, I guess.
Okay. Next question. Do you think French youth today still feel connected to their country's historical struggles?
Okay, I will answer. Before the university, I was working in SMP, and I think in SMP they have like 1 or 2 hours of history every week. In France, from the beginning of the school to the end of high school, we have maybe 4, 5, 6 hours of history per week. So maybe we struggle, but we also put more classes and efforts to learn history. Also because France is one of the oldest countries in the world. So of course we struggle to learn history, but there are a lot of things to say. But it's very important, France, especially because we are a country of ideas and influence. So if you want to learn why are we influenced, nowadays France is more like a political power than industrial or economical. The influence of France is on the history, relation and everything. So yes, they struggle, but we put more efforts on history to keep that knowledge and importance France nowadays.
Okay. Next question. In school, do you learn about other countries' histories, like Indonesia maybe?
Actually, yeah, that's I chose to go in Indonesia because I didn't know anything about Indonesia, so that's partly answer to your question. We absolutely don't know about Indonesia. We may sometimes talk about China or ex-colonized country in Asia, such as Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia. I think it's all China, part of China also. But when we learn history, maybe for example during the medieval age, it would be only France, but for before that, like antiquity, I don't know if it's like this in English, but we learn like Greece and Roman Empire, because this is what constructed France nowadays. And for example, for the World War, we will learn a story about Germany, and everything. So I think so.
Okay, last question. If you could visit a country just to learn its history, would Indonesia be in your list? Why or why not?
If I had to visit, a country to
learn history.
To learn history.
Yeah.
I would probably choose Indonesia. because I think it's quite interesting and different from what I know. I feel like Indonesia, huge country. I mean, the size of Indonesia is like from Portugal to Kazakhstan or London to Kazakhstan. It's like huge. So of course the history must be very rich. You have different religions, Islam, Hindu, Christian also, yes. So how all of that worked before. I know that before independence, Indonesia it was like small kingdoms and stuff like that. So yeah, we can see everywhere part of the culture. So I would be happy to learn why all of that in Indonesia. So yeah, definitely, yeah.
Okay, thank you for sharing your answer and time, Mr.